The season's back. Manchester United are back in action. The first, more official game of the season. Still probably classed as just a pre-season friendly, but certainly bigger than the one we played last season, the Community Shield. This is more a European. It's a Super Cup coming up. Real Madrid versus Manchester United. A mammoth game, really. Two big heavyweights of European football going head to head. Europa League winners v Champions League winners. And you have to win something in order to get into this final of the Super Cup. Whereas if it's the Community Shield, you could finish second in the Premier League. And if Chelsea had won the double, then someone who had finished second would have got into the Community Shield. Whereas this, you've got to win either the Europa League or the Champions League. And neither of them trophies are easy. The Europa League, you have to play so many games to win it. And the Champions League, Jesus, that is a mammoth task winning it. And we've only won it once before. It'd be nice to see Manchester United go out there, pick up this European trophy and hopefully give us a massive boost between now and the first game of the season at the weekend, going into that start of the season. Now, I would expect Jose Mourinho to pick a fully strength lineup for this game. It doesn't look like we've really got too many injuries. We've got a few suspensions to worry about, so we're going to have to play sort of a makeshift back four, which it's not ideal. David Hale will most likely be the man in goal, I would expect. Darmian will probably play left back. It will be Valencia right back. Then it's going to be Lindelof and probably Chris Smalling. I know Chris Smalling's coming under a lot of stick this past season, but with Eric Bailly being out suspended, we're going to have to put someone in there. It could be Jones also. Jones has always really played when he's been fit, just never fit enough. But the back four will probably be roughly that, but we will have to wait and see. He may chop and change it throughout the game because it's more of a friendly game. You would expect more changes to happen in this sort of game than obviously in a Premier League game. But most players have got a lot of minutes under their belt now. In midfield, obviously the man that we've just signed, Matic, has only played 45 minutes for Manchester United and didn't feature for Chelsea. So I would expect him to start this game. Was fantastic in that 45 minutes the other night. Really, really impressed with him. Manchester United obviously winning 2-1 in their final pre-season game, and he was fantastic considering he hadn't played for a while. He should be in there alongside Herrera and Pogba as the midfield three. I wouldn't expect... he could go with Fellaini, so we'll have to wait and see. But I'm hopeful that Matic can get at least another 45 minutes under his belt in this game, and he'll be ready for the start of the season. I'm really pleased that we signed Matic, a player that Jose Mourinho knows well, and I'm just surprised that Chelsea have let him go, to be honest. And I think they're going to rue losing him because they're going to be thin on the ground, I think, going into their Champions League campaign, and they've given him to a Premier League rival, which I always think is stupid. Unless you're giving someone that's past their time, that's not good enough, like we gave Mikel Silvestre to Arsenal, then I think it's crazy giving them to a rival, or like we gave Danny Welbeck. Now, Danny Welbeck was all right, but not at the elite standard of that Manchester United required. Now, Matic just won the Premier League title and played nearly every game for Chelsea, so I think it's crazy. And I think it's Manchester United's game. A player right in his pomp, just hit his peak, fantastic. And then we're going to have to see what the forward three is. It should be Lukaku up front. He sometimes sat on the bench in some of the pre-season games, so we'll have to wait and see. But I would expect him to start in that number 9 position, with probably Rashford out on one side and Mkhitaryan out on the other side. It is a bit of a lottery what forward line he goes for. He's gone for Jesse Lingard a lot in the pre-season games, up until the final couple of games. So he's also got Martial on the bench. Looked good in a couple of the games. Only scored 1 goal in pre-season though, but I'm expecting a lot bigger season for Mkhitaryan this year. Settling in process last year, but I'm hoping that he can kick on this year and have a great season. This game's going to be really difficult though for Manchester United. I would expect changes in the second half. We're now starting to see, with the likes of Martial on the bench, we've got probably going to have Jesse Lingard on the bench, probably Juan Mata might be on the bench. We're starting to get to where Manchester United were in sort of around the 2008-2009 sort of campaign. Okay, we're not there yet. We probably need another couple of world-class players, maybe another Griezmann, probably another couple of world-class players as a winger. We probably need another winger just to give us something different, like the Perisic one, whether that goes through or not. But then we're starting to look at the fact that Manchester United will have a lot of options up front. And we've always had that at Manchester United when we've been successful. In '99, we had 4 top strikers at Manchester United that we changed often and rotated. As I say, in 2009 we had Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez and Berbatov, so we had 4 quality strikers that we could change around, and Manchester United need that. We need at least 3 or 4 world-class or top forwards, where they're wingers that score goals, forward players that can score goals and create goals, and we can interchange them and play them in different games and different times. Real Madrid have that. They've got Bale, obviously they've got Ronaldo and Benzema. That is a front 3 that is absolutely fantastic. And also last season they had Morata as well. So they had 4 really good forwards up there. So when one's not on song, they've got another one up there. Obviously Barcelona have had that the last few years. Obviously Neymar's moved on now, but they've had 3 forwards that have been top draw. You've got to have 3 or 4 top forwards, and Manchester United are getting back there. Last season I didn't think we had quite had enough coming off the bench when Zlatan wasn't firing on all cylinders. We've added to that, we've got Lukaku. If Zlatan comes back, we will have another option there, which will be a lot better for Manchester United. And I'm positive that we can go into the season and score some more goals, but this one's going to be a real difficult game. With, as I say, them 3, Benzema, Ronaldo and Bale, are going to really cause Manchester United problems. I would expect Ronaldo to play probably 45 minutes in this game. I don't know what the state is with Bale. Obviously been linked with a move to Manchester United and Chelsea in the last few days, but whether his fitness is up to scratch, I'm not too sure. Benzema's another crazy one. Scores a decent amount of goals, scores around 20 goals in all competitions every season. And I think he's a decent player for Real Madrid, I really do. But every season he seems to be getting linked with a move away. But this summer hasn't really been linked so much with a move away. But if I was Real Madrid, I would still keep him at the club. Obviously he's gone in the shadows of the likes of Bale when fit, and certainly Cristiano Ronaldo, but still scored a decent amount of goals and been there a long time now. So them 3 players are going to really cause Manchester United problems if all fit. Isco towards the end of the season was really playing very well for Real Madrid, and would probably have kept Gareth Bale out of the team a bit. Had Gareth Bale been fit, because he was playing in his place and playing really well. They've obviously got Luka Modric and Toni Kroos in midfield, who are fantastic players. So that's going to cause Manchester United all sorts of problems with them keeping possession and whatnot. So I think it's going to be difficult for Manchester United, and I'm not sure Manchester United are going to win this. I wouldn't be surprised if we did win it, and I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't win it. But I've got a feeling that Real Madrid are probably just going to nick this one 2-1. It would be nice though if Manchester United could nick it, even on a penalty shootout, just like we did in the pre-season tour, just to give Manchester United that real boost going into the season. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the game. Hopefully Manchester United can at least put in a great performance. If we could put in a great performance, I think people would be positive going into the season. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Come on United.